Yo, ho, ho, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dom Mafia Live, your go-to show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST for your late-breaking NFL news, accompanied by some of the best amateur analysis on the face of the planet. What is going on, everybody? I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat already. Super excited to see that everybody is hopping on in. Listen, I know, right? I don't like talking about this topic, but every time I log onto the internet, I was just like, okay, like, should I just do like the vanilla, like, what are the biggest competitors in training camp? What are going to be like the most heated position battles? Like everybody else and their damn mother. I have to talk about what's trending. I have to talk about what's actually exciting to talk about, right? And it's borderline exciting, but it's also borderline wildly frustrating because, I mean, I feel like I'm in a toxic relationship with Deandre Hopkins news, right? Like when I get excited about something, it always comes crashing back down on me. And I ended up figuring this out during my stream yesterday during Bills Mafia Happy Hour when we were all excited, where the Bills were just like, yeah, tell D-Hop that if he wants the ring chase, Buffalo's where it's at. But he ain't being paid. He's not being paid, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. He did react to some sort of Instagram posts. He threw out a couple of emojis that said bullshit, right? Like it was a couple of bulls and then a shit emoji. So it seems like that he thought that that entire thing was nonsense. Maybe the Bills are willing to pay him. Maybe he doesn't want to go there anymore. I'm not entirely sure. As I've said a million times, we don't need him. We don't need that guy. He would be a cherry on top. He would be a great addition. Is he a necessity? No, he is not. But we're going to analyze exactly what he said or what he commented on this specific Instagram post, and we'll just go ahead and have an open forum about the situation. I'm still under the impression that this whole D-Hop to the Buffalo Bills thing is just not happening. I am still in that camp. If I am pleasantly surprised that it does happen, then fantastic. I am absolutely thrilled that he decides to become a Buffalo Bill. But like I said, man, I mean, I think that I am just accepting the fact that it's not going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's just sort of how it works out. So anyway, let me find this article that I was looking at, not images. That was my problem here. Want Deandre Hopkins Buffalo Bills' newest insults to veteran wide receiver. What is this about, bro? What the hell is this about? Okay, let's see what these guys have to say. And chat, don't worry. I'm about to go on ahead and actually say hello to you here in a second. The Buffalo Bills added another insult right to their list against the... Oh, come on, dude. Who is this guy? Jordan Sigler. Relax, Jordan, okay? And so the Bills have made headlines in the past month with their continuing drama revolving around another receiver, Stephon Diggs. Diggs has reportedly been Fuck you, Jordan. Look at this guy. Diggs wants to win, and none of his squabbles, blah, blah, blah. Buffalo Bills don't want to pay Deandre Hopkins. That's true. And according to Jeff Darlington with ESPN, the Bills would love to have Hopkins, but not for the price Hopkins' agent is requesting. My understanding of the Bills, blah, blah, blah. We've read that yesterday. Darlington thinks Hopkins is currently pricing himself out of the contender market, especially considering Hopkins wants to play on a stable team with a great quarterback and a top defense. And keep in mind, ladies and gents, the only offers that this man has received have been from the Titans and have also been from the Patriots. Neither team in which I would consider, by any stretch of the imagination, to be a contender. But let's continue reading here. It's still too early to know if that's the case. Training camp is still weeks away. The New England Patriots, considered contenders in the AFC East, dude, they literally just let anybody write articles these days. They literally let anybody write articles and put it out on the internet. And I mean, honestly, this is coming from a YouTuber. Like, I just talk about football. No one hired me. I just did it myself. So maybe I'm calling the kettle black. I'm not even sure if that's the correct analogy, but that's just, who knows. But anyway, it's not necessarily what I was looking for. But apparently now we insulted the guy, where he will land in free agency as Bills declare position for Patriots are not going to pay. Bills stealing D-Hop from the Patriots. D-Hop has spot if he wants a ring chase. Bills still on DeAndre Hopkins. Bills draw the line in the sand. Where's that one article I was looking for, man? And so are we living in the Mandela effect right now? There you go. D-Hop shuts down Sportskeeda. Yo, dude, Sportskeeda's wrote a couple of articles about me as well, bro. Anyway, so while D-Hop is still a free agent, we might have confirmed not joining. He might have confirmed not joining an NFL contender. It was right here. Okay. So rumor, Bills open to signing D-Hop if he's willing to ring chase. And then D-Hop ended up putting 2 bowl emojis and a couple of doo-doo signs right there. So I think that goes on ahead and that just, sort of confirms things that it might just not be the case. Anyway, let me go on ahead and rip the chat real fast, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say hello to my people, see what's going on with the whole D-Hop situation. By the way, everybody, as you know, Down Mafia Live is brought to you by Prize Picks. Hands down, the best player prop bet platform on the market today when it comes to your player parlays. Simply go on ahead and just go and download Prize Picks on your phone or go onto the internet on your computer. Sign up for Prize Picks and use my code DONMAFIA, DONMAFIA, and they will match 100% of your initial deposit all the way up to $100. Essentially, they are giving you free money, and if you know what you're doing, you can turn that into easy money. All right, so go on ahead, knock that out, check out that information, and it's a great way to support the channel, right? Prize Picks, supporting your boy, blah blah blah. And honestly, I'm sitting here trying to tell you all these different things of how you can support the channel. Everyone knows what the best way to support this channel is. Quite simply, just go on ahead and just smash that like button, ladies and gents. Smash it. Smash that like button. You want to know why? It's free. It takes less than a second, and it helps me out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, where my content can be introduced to a bunch more eyeballs that are desperate for some quality football content. I wouldn't even say quality. Honestly, this is just some random dude sitting up in his loft talking about whatever is relevant during this off season in football. But dude, knock it out. Hit that like button for your boy. All right? Hit that. Submission Machine is just coming in with a couple of beer emojis. My friend, listen, are you already cracking them down on a Wednesday? Listen, brother, no judgment there. In fact, I wish I could join you. Man. I'm actually on the way to vacation on Saturday. I will be in Key West for a week and then Miami for a week after that. So I will be indeed cracking a couple of beers for the next 2 weeks of live shows. Like, you're probably going to see me at a Key West pool somewhere in Miami, like in my hotel room. And don't judge me when you see me cracking a beer during several of those live shows, because that is what is going to happen. Head Start, what's up? What's up, bro? How you doing? Spears Bills Talk is saying, I love that they're sleeping on the Bills. I wouldn't even necessarily say that they're sleeping, man. I just think that the media just sort of is pissed that we didn't live up to expectations, and they're trying to introduce a new hero or somebody else that they can meet ride. Today I was watching Good Morning Football, and I saw that now they were saying that the Bengals and the Chiefs are now the great rivalry of the NFL. The great rivalry, baby. One of the two. It's who knows what's going on. So is DeAndre Hopkins coming or what? I heard he commented bullshit on a post. Does he mean he does not want to come, or does it mean that Buffalo is the shit and he's ready to come? It's very difficult to read into context, man, right? It's very difficult to read what sort of context that was in. I don't think that how he was responding and the subject that he was addressing could relate to that bullshit emoji, meaning that he doesn't want to go to Buffalo, right? It's very difficult in a logical sense for me to think that is what he meant, because I feel like that's not an appropriate answer. Like, what does he mean by bullshit? Because he said that, and the Buffalo Bills will go after him if he wants the ring chase, and then he just said bullshit. Maybe he means that the Buffalo Bills have told him that they want nothing to do with him in general. Maybe they say, listen, dude, we don't want you. And so unless you can come down significantly in price. But I don't think that means that he doesn't want to play for us. I mean, that's just me. Why do so many people poop on the Bills, you ask? Y'all made it to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all. Parrish, listen, brother. Yo, man, listen, dude. I remember a couple of years back, man, that you guys were in the exact same situation as we were, right? Just an organization that just couldn't get over the hump. It's an organization that would continuously break your heart. Um, I'm not entirely sure if Bills fans are going to transition into that if we do end up winning a Super Bowl, if we do end up winning a couple. But listen, bro, you were exactly where we were, man. You know how it feels. So you know how it feels, man. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. The Dan Slam of YouTube. Let's go, Bills. A like for Dan. I love that. I love that. It's never too early for some cold ones. Absolutely. It's summer, baby. It's summer. You know? I don't know about you, man, but I'm looking forward to sort of taking Dom Mafia on the road. In fact, I'm really trying to see if I can get TD to come meet up with me. I really wanted to go and like do a video of me like trolling Miami Dolphins like training camp, but unfortunately I'm not going to be there. I'm leaving literally the day before Miami Dolphins training camp happens. I would have loved to make some sort of video of me just going around and just trolling a bunch of fans and stuff like that. I probably would have got my ass kicked, but you know what? It would have got views, and I love that. Correction. And so the Broncos did win one. So to bring up 4 losses is dumb. Oh, man. Someone was triggered in there. Yeah, it's Burrow and Mahomes now for some bizarre reason. Listen, huge Burrow fan. Massive, massive Burrow fan. But one thing I want to point out for everybody, one thing I want to point out about Joe Burrow, look at all of his stats in the playoffs. Point out one dominating playoff performance outside of the one last year against the Buffalo Bills. Point out a single one. Point out a single Joe Burrow dominant playoff performance outside of the Buffalo Bills game. You can't. You cannot. You cannot. Dude is carried by his defense. How it is. We will see how good he truly is this year. Now that both of his safeties are gone and they're relying on some backups or some younger players, who knows? All I'm saying is name one absolute dominant playoff performance from Joe Burrow statistically, outside of the Bills game. You can't. You can't. I still got respect for Dan. Thank you, Parrish. I appreciate you, man. What's good, man? D-Op's over. It's been over, man. It's been over. Honestly, I've accepted that, I'd say, a month ago. And as much as I don't want to talk about it, I mean, it's now once again dominating the news. You can tell that the media, and I mean, I'm a part of the media, right? I mean, it's independent. It's independent media, right? But like, dude, like all of us, we are desperate to figure out something considerable to talk about, right? Because like, how many more pieces of content can I put out about saying, oh, the camp battles you really need to watch? Come on, bro. It's been exhausting. I'm trying to find something that at least gets you excited, right? It's bad. Listen, training camps are starting in just a couple of weeks. Thank God, because I'm getting sick of just having the completely bullshit ideas to find something to talk about on a daily basis. I still love coming on here and talking football, but let's go. My thoughts on the top 3 happen this year. If the Bengals get ahead of the Bills this year, I say we rank number 3. If not, until we beat the Chiefs, we're comfortably number 2. Who does number 2 work for? Nobody. Nobody, my friend. Luis, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Jordan Smith is saying that the AFC seeds this year, 1 through 7, Jags, Bills, Kansas City, Cleveland, Cincinnati, New York Jets, and Baltimore. I like that seeding, actually. And don't think that he's crazy. Don't think that he is insane for saying that, first off, that the Jags will be the number 1 seed. Their schedule is stupid, y'all. Their schedule is so easy. Their schedule is so easy. I mean, I would say their 3 most difficult games would have to be against us, the Chiefs, and the Bengals, right? Everything else, cakewalk. They have the NFC South. They're in the AFC South. So that's 8. Practically almost give me wins right there. Yeah. No, like that's like 10 almost give me wins right there. They'll probably steal one game against either the Bills, the Chiefs, or the Bengals from there. So believing that the Jags can't be the first seed, their schedule makes it very, very, very possible. What's good? Good pod. Go Bills. I think we can go 14-2. I would, dude, I would love that. And so I would love 14-3, right? And so absolutely would love that situation. We have a difficult schedule, man. I'm not going to lie to you. The entire AFC East drew the incorrect hand when it came down into conference play and then also the divisional play as well. For example, the AFC North has a cakewalk too. So the AFC North is a cakewalk. That's why I'm thinking, like, a lot of people are trying to say that 3 teams from the AFC East could make it. I think it's going to be the AFC North that has 3 teams that make the playoffs this year. If any division does do it, it's because of how easy their schedule is. It's stupid. And so the AFC goes through Mahomes, Burrow, and Tua. This guy really snuck in Tua, thinking that no one would notice. Tua can't even stay healthy. So bro collapses like a beach chair under pressure. Absolute statue in the pocket. And so the Bengals are not my worries. It's the Dolphins and the Jets. I'm more worried about the Jets than the Dolphins just because and so the Jets have a quarterback. Fun fact for the Bills. And so the Bills versus Patriots wildcard game was the only NFL game where one of the teams scored a touchdown every drive. That was the Buffalo Bills. Listen, you can take away a lot from Josh Allen, man, but his playoff performances are absolutely through the roof. Insane, right? Absolutely through the roof when it comes down into overall statistical playoff performance. Dude murders it right in the playoffs. Of course, outside of that Bengals game, but we're not going to talk about that. What's up, Dan? By the way, Cook is greater than Harris. Joe is coming in. He didn't agree with my previous take that I think that Damien Harris is the best running back that we have on this roster. Listen, I really hope that James Cook absolutely goes off. He's a fast back. I think that he has a lot of opportunity of becoming an Alvin Kamara type of player. But I'm talking about this year, like his year 2. I think Damien Harris is the more talented running back this year. And not by like a long stretch, by any stretch of the imagination, right? Like, I don't foresee Damien Harris, like his stats significantly outweighing James Cook. I think that we're going to go more so into a running back by committee. I just think as of right now in 2023, going into this season, I think Damien Harris is the better back right now. I think James Cook has a lot of potential. I hope he blows up. Listen, man. Imagine if we had like an Alvin Kamara on this team, a sort of player like that. I think James Cook demonstrates a lot of the same skill set that Kamara has. So let's hope for the best there. So not even being a Bills fan, say that you were building a fantasy team and you were the owner and you had to pick between Burrow, Allen, or Mahomes. How do you not pick Josh Allen? Fantasy football is different for me, right? Like normally I don't go for a quarterback until like the 8th or the 9th round. And all of those quarterbacks are completely gone, right? I think this year, I might actually switch up my strategy for the first time because most of the time in fantasy football, like back in the day, like I would just go 3 running backs in a row because they're so difficult to pick up on waivers, especially if somebody goes down with an injury or like there's like several bye weeks. I think this year I'm going wide receiver heavy and just like really hope that I can like get a couple diamonds in the rough as far as running backs are concerned. But as far as fantasy is concerned, I think Mahomes and Allen are pretty close, but Allen's just an absolute stud when it comes into fantasy football, especially when it comes to the quarterback position. What's the Jags schedule? Bring it up. Oh, dude, listen. Okay, for anybody just joining us right now, somebody put in the chat, and I actually agree with this. The Jags have a very strong opportunity of taking the 1 seed in the playoffs this year due to their schedule. Their schedule is stupid. So, as everybody wanted to check out. And so the Jags schedule is absolutely stupid easy. Let's check that out. Okay. So Colts, first game of the year, dub. Chiefs, it's going to be closer than people think, but L. Texans, dub. Falcons, dub. Bills, L in London. Colts, dub. Saints, dub. Steelers, dub. Niners might be an L, but like I'm saying right now, okay? They're going to pull off a victory off of some of these big name teams. They really are. Titans, dub. Texans, dub. Bengals might be tough, hit or miss. We'll say L. Browns, dub. Ravens, I think they'll beat them. Bucks, dub. Panthers, dub. Titans, dub. So they have their share of difficult games, but at the same time, I think that they have a very strong opportunity of taking that first seed. I really, really do. It's just kind of how these things are. Keep my boy Harris hamstrings on ice so he stays healthy continuously. Listen, man, I am going to die in the hill. I think right now, I think Damien Harris is the best running back we have on this roster right now. I think Cook still has a little bit of time to develop. I think he has a lot of opportunity of becoming an Alvin Kamara. I've heard that. I've said that time and time again. But as of right now, I am convinced, and I will stay convinced, that I think Damien Harris is the best running back that we have on this roster right now. That's me. So Jordan Smith is saying the Bills have good depth with plenty of backups that would start on most teams. Poona Ford, Taylor Rapp, David Edwards, etc. And so Taylor Rapp would start on a lot of teams, and we ended up signing him as a backup. So what exactly is our plan for this guy, right? Excited because we definitely need safety depth, man. We definitely need safety depth. Safety depth. Holy shit. I just had a stroke live on live right then and there. But no, we learned it the hard way. Once Hyde went down, man, our depth in the whole safety position was pretty damn rough. It's fun to hate the Fins. They suck, have terrible ownership, and the fans are intolerable. It's a no-brainer to hate them. And so I don't hate Fins fans, man. And so I don't hate Fins fans by any stretch of the imagination. I think some of them are huge trolls, but they don't have a leg to stand on, right? And so I can take trolling from the Chiefs fans or the Bengals fans or the Pats even, right? Especially since they dominated us for so long. But it's very difficult for me to take trash talk from the Fins, right? It's just very hard for me to do because they don't have a leg to stand on. They do not have a leg to stand on. They lucked out on one win for the past 8 years against us. Come on. But hey, listen, you know what? As long as it makes them happy, make them happy. Sometimes I'll scroll through Twitter. I'll scroll through Twitter and I'll see that gif of Tua hugging Josh. Oh yeah, that's your daddy. But they don't look at the overall statistical dominance that Josh Allen has over that organization. Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day, ladies and gents. So the Jags could lose 3 or 4. You never know. They could. But then again, it's hard to say, especially in the NFL, that they're just going to drop against some of the best teams in the league. Yes, they play the Ravens, they play the Bills, they play the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Niners. They're going to come up with a win out of one of those. And they have at least 10 guaranteed wins against the AFC South and NFC South. And so you go on ahead, man. You give them, I'd say floor for the Jags is going to be 12-5. I'd say floor for the Jags is going to be 12-5. Yeah. Ceiling, who knows? Fins fan 7. We have rings and you don't. We can start there. So how old were you when the Fins won the Super Bowl? -37? Bro, it's the cringiest thing in the face of the planet. You are not allowed to celebrate a Super Bowl win unless you were there to witness it. Unless you were in the trenches, rooting on your team, sweating that you were going to pull off the perfect season and watching it happen in person. You are not allowed to celebrate a Super Bowl victory if you were not there to witness it. It's cringy. It's very, very cringy. That's would you celebrate your high school's state football championship that was accomplished in 1943 and you went there? No, because you want to know why? You'd be made fun of. Hence why we make fun of you. Josh Allen equals trash. Dude, that right there is the perfect example of why anti-bullying programs have ruined this country. I'm kidding. But dude, that statement, like, I've become so desensitized to that because now I'm just getting to a point where I'm just like, bro, like, it's either A, like, your IQ is so low that scientists need to, like, set you aside for a case study, or you're just a troll. There's absolutely no facts between it. Absolutely no facts between it. It's a the delusional Patriots fan, -37. Your organization was started when and 0 rings? Pathetic. Dude, listen, man. I'm sure you were so happy at -37 when you saw that Lombardi being raised on the fucking radio. And so your Super Bowl parade was like with like horse and buggies, bro. You were not around. It doesn't count. It does not count. It is so sad and pathetic. So sad and pathetic when people brag about a championship that they weren't around to witness. It's pathetic. It's like as bad as like somebody like celebrating a Golden State Warriors NBA championship, but they didn't become a fan until the year after they won one of their championships. Like, it's so cringy. It's terrible. Massive Peeve is coming and saying, I love this podcast. And so Dolphins Super Bowl win, we're closer to World War II than present day. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. It's fuck. So having the only perfect season in NFL history is not an accomplishment. You Bison fans so delusional and jealous. Bro, what are we jealous of? What are you possibly like even bragging about? Something you read in a history book? Something that was like written with like a fucking quill and ink? The Dolphins won the Super Bowl in the 1970s. Your dad was probably like 4 years old. Your dad probably doesn't even have like a conscious memory of that happening. Dude, it's cringy. It's so cringy. Like, you have nothing to be proud of your organization since you've been alive. You have nothing to be proud of. Relish in that. I think the only thing that could keep you up and make you happy is your week 3 banner. The week 3 banner of beating the Buffalo Bills for the first time in like 8 years. In 8 years. And the only reason that happened was just because Isaiah McKenzie didn't run out of bounds, which he should have. So sad. It's the scientist one? Oh, man. And so I have to understand they haven't won a playoff game in over 20 years, so they have a grasp on the 40-year past. Just popping in to say the Dolphins fans are absolutely insufferable. That franchise has not won a playoff game in 23 years. Oh, man. Let's be for real. Oh, yeah. Like, even a more oh, my God, man. And so even a better analogy. Like, that's like Britain. Like, that's like the United Kingdom bragging about how they dominated the world, right? Like, they're still doing it. You'd be like, damn, bro, like, we ran the world. But then America came in. I'm sorry for all of my friends over in the UK. I'm just trying to, like, bash Dolphins fans, right? Like, nobody brags about past accomplishments, right? It's just how it is. Josh Allen is trash means you know nothing about football. Yeah, dude, like I said, and so it's either a case study that needs to be performed by a psychologist or it's just a pure troll. So bandwagon fans are the worst. And teams weren't even throwing the football when they won a Super Bowl. Oh, no. Bills also have the second most AFC East titles, too. The Finns haven't been relevant since Marino. Preseason week 1 in 30 days. Dan is destroying this kid. Hey, listen, man. Listen, dude. Okay, first thing I do want to say is that it's all out of love. And so I hope you know that it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal, man. It's football, man. Like, we love trash talking. It's how it is. I appreciate you always coming on into my shows. I do think the Dolphins are a very good team. And you've heard me admit that time and time again. You have heard me admit that I think the Dolphins are a good football team. I think they are. But if people come in and start flexing a damn Super Bowl ring in the 70s, or they have the audacity of telling me that one of the best quarterbacks in the league is trash, like, yeah, for sure, I'm going to humble you, bro. And so I'm going to bully you a little bit just because I feel like you need it. And yet the Bills still have a losing record against us. Dude, living in the past. Living in the past, man. Phillips, you already know I get to celebrate, but you are correct. These Dolphins fans are pretty weird. Yeah, so Phillips is a Broncos guy, right? Like, he can celebrate it because he was alive to see it happen. That works. DraftKings has the Jets at plus 1,800 to win the Super Bowl. FanDuel has them at 1,600. Bills are plus 850. And so I wonder if anybody just takes $1 and bets on every single team, so to win the Super Bowl every single year, on those spreads, just to see what happens. You know what I mean? Or $5. The UK knows what it is, and they don't want these hands again. No one would bandwagon the Dolphins since they suck. Jose M is saying Josh Allen is a broken player. He's addicted to throwing interceptions. He doesn't have a clutch gene or grit, and to be a Super Bowl quarterback, he's a mentally weak player. Jose, you are a mentally weak human being if you believe any of what you just said is true. Javier Lopez, Dolphins just got Ramsey, and just so Diggs can stomp all over him. I love it. And so I would be mad too if I was a Miami fan and had Dan Marino and never won a Super Bowl with him. It's bad. Dude, stop. Diggs is not doing anything against Ramsey. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, bud. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. And so I didn't even know that this was about to become like a highlight reel of Stephon Diggs just absolutely cooking Ramsey on the regular.
See, and I think he was expecting, this is called a quarters coverage. I think he was going to expect some help by the inside safety and just simply let Diggs go.
Oh my God. Oh no. Diggs is not doing anything against Ramsey, Dan. I literally have 7 or 8 other clips. 7 or 8 other clips of Josh Allen alone, and then Josh Allen and Diggs dicing that fool up. He's a good cornerback. He's great. But everyone has a kryptonite. Everybody has a kryptonite, my friend. Everybody has a kryptonite. And Jalen Ramsey's kryptonite is Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. So Dolphins are like the cute little brother who tries to fight you, and you let them win a couple of times to make them feel good about themselves. It's true. Absolutely. Fins were 3-0 last year. I checked in, and they were like, we are going to the Super Bowl. I said, nah, next 10 games, you're going to go 5-5. And I was right. Look at that. Happens every year. Why do Dolphins fans lie like this? It's TD Fins Talk's fault. It is TD's fault. It is TD's fault. Okay? I love TD. He's my boy, but he's creating a bunch of toxic minions. I feel like he's doing them a favor because, any sane Dolphin fan, has to be depressed, right? I mean, so I would be. Okay, and Von Miller, Trey White, Poyer, Hyde, and Milano is scary hours. It is. Hold on. Someone's at my door. I'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. Okay. And so it's honestly funny hearing lame Dolphins fans project their emotions knowing damn well they take Allen for anybody, for any body part they own. True story. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Who swatted Dan? Dude, no one knows where I live. You want to know why? Because I got an LLC, dog. And so this house is under an LLC, dog. So you'll never know where I live, ever. It's called. Oh man, holy shit. Javi and Lopez. Watch if Josh went to Miami. Fins fans would be riding him. So Dolphins are trash. Dolphins are the trash team in Buffalo. Ramsey is the best corner in the game right now. What? Yeah, he is, but every corner has a kryptonite. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Sauce Gardner is better than Jalen Ramsey right now. So I'd say Sauce Gardner is the best corner in the league, in my opinion. I think it's Sauce Gardner. I don't think it's Jalen Ramsey. JS. So the 2-1-4 record against Buffalo. Flex it. Sauce is 1,000% the best. We got Jason Phillips coming in and saying that Surtain the second's the best corner. He's a stud. He's a stud. and Allen wrecked Fangio 48-19. Sure happened, brother. Sure happened, dogs. He's better at holding, that's for sure. Hey, man, it's not what you did. It's what you can prove in court. Who's going to cover Waddle in Buffalo? Who's going to cover Waddle in Buffalo? Probably our all-pro safety tandem. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. And so Waddle's hands are fucking trash. His hands are so bad. So how many drops did Waddle have last year? It was like almost embarrassing. He's fast, but like he has shit hands. He has terrible hands. And so I'm completely fine with Benford as well. I'm completely fine with Benford, and I'm completely fine with Kyer Elam. Same ones that did last year. Same ones that did last year. Ramsey is 28 and still has a lot of years ahead of him. Why would a team trade if he's so great? White, Poyer, Hyde, Benford, Elam, name it. Yeah, basically our entire secondary. Fangio has never had this level of talent to work with. And so our defense might be a story. And so the Denver Broncos have had like one of the best defenses for the past like 3 or 4 years. What are you talking about? And so the Broncos defense is crazy. And will Waddle actually catch the ball? Dude, I'm telling you, his hands are so bad. His hands are so bad. He's just fast. And so you just press Waddle at the line. He can't beat press. Ask the Chargers. Yo, dude, listen, man. We throw Elam out there. Like, that's the game where I need Elam to be the starting CB2 and just play Waddle man, right? Press him on the line, bully him. He's out the game. So Chubb had his best year under Fangio. R.I.P. Allen. Dude. And so the only win they've ever had on us was by 2 points. Oh, man. Sup, Dan? Sup, bro? Sup, Wyatt? And so Wyatt's one of my favorite Dolphins fans. And so Finn's fan 7. I like him, too. He just loves his team. Listen, man, he loves the Dolphins as much as I love the Buffalo Bills. Okay? That's really all it is. And like y'all know that I will defend the Buffalo Bills until I die. It's just how it is. If Chubb can stay healthy. Oh, dude, holy shit. Look at that, man. This is just getting fire right now. I love it. But hey, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Dom Mafia Live. As always, it is brought to you by Prize Picks. Hands down the best betting player prop parlay platform in the system. Wow, say that 10 times fast. Holy shit. Use code DOMMAFIA when you sign up. They're going to match 100% of your initial deposit, all the way up to $100. For all of you Fins fans that are convinced that Josh Allen is trash, you can actually pick Josh Allen to throw under 4,400 yards. Okay, so if you want to make a very irresponsible bet and put that in, do it on Prize Picks. Okay, and then go on ahead and make another irresponsible bet and say that Tua is going to throw over a certain amount of yards, which isn't going to happen because he's not going to play a full season. Regardless, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Love you guys, and I will see you at Bills Mafia Happy Hour at 5 p.m. EST. Deuces.